Why college students take on loans they can't repay. Students take on college debt with the best of intentions. They've been told, but how do smart students wind up with debt they can't repay? Here are 3 reasons. In high school, students hear that they should earn a college degree to have a well-paying, successful career. We as a society kind of have this compulsory higher education, says Daniel T. Kirsch, author of Sold My Soul for a Student Loan. We're encouraging, but student debt isn't good when your degree doesn't lead to a job that earns enough to repay it. This is the case for 36-year-old Jennifer Atkins of Jacksonville, Florida. A first-generation, I had the mentality back then that I was doing what I was supposed to do in life, says Atkins, who earned 3 degrees, including a Master of Nonprofit Management in 2014. Now, Atkins has 2 kids, over $100,000 in student loan debt and is unemployed. She quit her job. Avoid this trap, limit borrowing so that future monthly payments don't consume over 10% of take-home pay. By that standard, some students are willing to take on large amounts of college debt because they don't connect with the reality that they'll eventually have to repay it with interest. This aligns with, Atkins remembers accepting student loans in small increments throughout 10 years of higher education. $3,000 here, $5,000 there. She worked throughout, none of it was real to me back then, Atkins says. I had no problem. In hindsight, Atkins says she wishes she had had a mandatory career counseling session to walk her through the numbers and understand her debt in the context of her future earnings and expenses. Such counseling may have helped. Imagining our future, if you make the future more specific, then you can connect to it, he says. Avoid this trap, do the math as you go. Every dollar you, in many cases, students lack the financial education needed to make borrowing decisions. Susan Dawson, 47, who has a PhD in history and works as a historian for a federal agency, can afford her student loan payments thanks to a second job teaching online classes and a federal repayment plan that caps her monthly payments at a percentage of her income. But she says I feel stupid because I did not know what questions to ask, says Dawson, who has a 6-figure student loan balance and lives and works in Washington, D.C. Things she wishes she had asked about include: avoid this trap, check the Bureau of Labor Statistics to research wages and education requirements for various fields. Use a student loan. This article was written by NerdWallet and was originally published by the Associated Press. More from NerdWallet. Teddy Nikhil is a writer at NerdWallet. Email Teddy at students take their seats for a diploma ceremony.
Raindrop, drip, drop top, top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that.